Good morning, traders. What's going on? How we doing out there? Money Mitch is back, guys. And sorry, I'm looking a little money because I'm starting it off the right way, guys. And I will let you guys know, I just finished my Trader TV interview. I had to take the dogs out right quick before the other show started, right? So I took the dogs out, took a little breather. I left a limit order in that I didn't think would hit as I was trading ZVSA. I know you probably saw that big move. Money in the bank, starting it early. It's going to be a great day here, guys. Let's kick it off. Let's get right to the trading action. There's a lot going on, but I'll tell you one thing. Cha-ching, cha-ching, starting it early. Money bags. Let's go. It's Trade the Pool.
Wants 200, baby.
You ready to get back to the trading action?
You aim, you shoot, and make money. It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at.
What up out there, traders? Who's ready to get that money with me? Let me know in the chat. Let's see what you guys are up to in the chat there. I'm sure you guys are buzzing and wondering, when the hell is Mitch going to go live? Well, don't forget, guys, Tuesday we go a little later, right? So, of course, I'm doing the Trader TV interview. And if you guys didn't catch the Trader TV interview, I would definitely recommend it, as I went through the playbook, of course, of the Trump and Harris type of trades to look for, right? I could have gone a little bit further into Harris. I felt like I focused on Trump too much, but oh well, we won't get into that conversation here. Let's keep focused. Let's go take a look at this ZVSA trade that I just did. It's good to see you guys out there. Say hello if you're new to the show. For any reason, they're brand new. Say hello. It's good to see you guys. At the end of the day, I'm here to support you guys out there. Smash a like. Let's get to the stocks. Let's take a look at my first trade today, guys. And this was one that I had to wait for, guys, and be patient, right? I'm actually thinking about maybe trading it again here off of the 290s. So let's get right to it. Let's go trading, guys. Let's go look at this, guys. All right, so this is a ZVSA that I just traded, guys. I just made a really nice trade on it. I'm looking at re-entering right now off the 290s. It just went to 3. So here would be my spot if I had to play it here. I'm thinking about at least taking half size position here. Let's see if I can get a 295 pullback right quick and then go for it here off the 290s. All right, orders in there for the 295 pullback. Let's see if I get the fill here on the pullback. After that, I'll look to see if it rips above the 3. There's the pullback. It did come to me, but then it went back up here. So I'm looking to go ahead and try to do that. I'm putting out the order here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys it right on the screen here. Doing amazing to start the day in the limited account. We'll see if we can get another entry here. All right, so let's go to the 1 minute here. I want to see the 1 minute timing, and there's the move right back towards the 3 there. It's not making the breakout just yet, so I'm moving the limit down right now. I do want to go after it, though, for the next 3 push. All right, let's go for it right here. All right, putting it right there at 3, just looking for the smallest pullback for the entry. There's the entry, guys. Now I need to go for the trade here. Let's see what I can do. I got 500 shares. Want to be smart. I already made here 411 on this name here. Looking for the push above the 290s, but if the 290s can't go, I got to get out. That's my getting out signal. Above this 324s, it could go higher than that. So let's go and see if it gets to this 329, 330, starts to push to the 340s. Then we'll be looking really good here. First push, we got to 320s and then pulled back. Let's see if we can take that 320 out again. Don't really want it even back below 3 here. So that's going to be a sign that I can go ahead and get out. I'm trying to ride the momentum here, guys, and showing you guys it all right here live. So smash the like for me. If you guys can do me the favor, take a second, just smash that like. We'll get to some more of the stock action out there. We'll take a look at some of the stocks that are moving. Of course, there's some earnings out there that we got to take a look at. And Palantir, big move. DJT, big move. Focused here, though. Trying to make some more money, man. I already made a good trade here. I want to go ahead and maybe make another good trade here. Here's that 290 approach, though. About to get out, guys. All right, trying to get out there, guys. Limit down now. It's starting to really kind of drop fast. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the out there, guys. I'll take the 82 down there. Was up a pretty good amount there. And lost a little bit there on that one. Wanted to lose 50 bucks. Take the shot for it to go back through the 320s and 350s. It did spike there. It went to 319. Got a shot there for another $100. But hey, so be it. $100 potential, $82 on the risk. Pretty good measured. Really saw the slippage there. 1 and 290s. It's okay. We can let this one go now. All right. So really good trading this morning. Made over $300 on it. And on the limited account, you guys know that's a 30% trade on the account. So here's the entry and here's the ad. So it was 1,000 at 260, right on the turnaround, right? And that's the important thing. Trying to get closer and closer to getting support entries. Because I had the support entry in this one, I was able to hang into the position and wait for the move. Of course, there was times where I was in the red, right? Where the stock went to like 252. I actually added right here at 264 when the stock started to come back up, thinking that we'd get the breakout. We went to 283 and pulled back. Right there, I'm just holding on, guys, holding on. I was on this last pressured attempt here at 251s, was risking off of the 250s. It got close to the risk and then started to turn right back around. Once it broke the trend line, it looked really good as things started to get hot there. But I wasn't even at the desk at this moment. This was right before I'm going live, and I went to go take the dogs out. I left the limit order at 3 for 1,000 shares, and boom, it hits there. 298 gets a fill, and then boom, I said, you know what? When I came back, I did see that I was up a pretty good amount. And I said, you know what? Take this remainder off. I had 1,100 shares, so I took it off there at 310s. Really good order there. Nice trading there, guys. And you guys see it right on the screen. I always keep it all fully transparent for you guys to learn from my action, right? You guys see me battling every single day. Show some love. Hit that share button. Let everybody know about this stream. I feel like not many do that. And I think that that's one thing that you guys can do for me, right? There's a lot of things that you guys, I try to give back to you guys. If you guys can do one thing for me, hit that share button and let people know that this trading stream is where you want to be. If you want some full transparency and to learn and get to that next level, it's right here on Trade the Pool. All right, let's keep it going, team. Let's take a look at different action. I just wanted to show you guys that and maybe take another trade there. What's going for it? And look, there's some other ones out there. We can still go trading, guys. I'm not done for the day. I gave myself a cushion, and I'm trying to use that cushion to get to the gold, guys. Get to the gold. AGFY just ripped up there to 660s. Now looks like a little bit of a cup and handle pattern here off the 550s. Nice cut downs towards the 530s right now have been holding. So this actually looks pretty good that it could reverse now. I look usually for 1, 2, 3, 4 times to break a bottom. And if it can't break that bottom, it usually comes back for the resistance test. There's the shake back towards the upside here. Would have to get in off the 50s here. Would be a 500 share position to start. And then look to see if it really breaks out through the 580s. That could be the ad. Let's see what happens here, guys. The thing about this one is the spread's a little wide here. There's a little bit better spread here. So I kind of like it off this AGFY here. Would have to hold and get in there. I'm trying to get in there off of that. Trying to buy it off the 550s, not sell it. All right, let's see if I can get in on the 550s. There's the push to 560s. It's pulling back. Going to test back down here a little bit. I'm looking for a little pullback to get it filled on. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a pullback here. Looking good through the 580s, really. That's the level where it really starts to get hot and you can go to 6 quickly. Ooh, might have missed it there, guys. Got a little picky there. Didn't get my 550 entry, and now it's the 570s. I could step up here, but I got to risk, what, 30 cents? That's a little too much for the 500 shares, and that's the important thing here. That's why I wanted the 550s, so that I could risk to that 530s, $100, versus risking there up here. It'll be more to 150 on the first initial risk. And I'm trying to keep it low, right? Kind of keep it slow. So now I'd look for a pullback to that 150. That could still be an entry for me. But really, you're looking for that nice kind of breakout now. As you see, this smaller pattern has been trying to film and form here. You're trying to get back up above this here. So this is that rectangle pattern that you're seeing here. And that was a shake to the downside here at the 540s. Now could get that breakout. Just pulled back to the 53. Didn't get to the 50 spot there. Now it looks interesting for the 570 breakout, right? We'll see if we get it. Volume not coming in, though. That's one thing that I'm noticing here. I would like to see an increase in volume like you got here, right? So it's stair step down, volume increases into the breakout. So as we break out, that would be one thing to look for conviction or confirmation on the trade, right? So let's say you're already in this trade. Once the trade goes back through that 580s and hits to the 6, you'd want to see a nice volume increasing to show you that buyers are stepping up as the breakout happens, right? Another thing to look at is on pullbacks. If you're a bull and you want to see bullish action, you don't want to see a lot of selling on the pullback. And that's what you're getting on this pullback. You can see it was a big breakout. This had probably some selling into that 670s. And then on the pullbacks, it was lower volume. Lower volume tells me that people are not necessarily shorting it here at 560. They're probably waiting to see the breakout on the upside. I hope you guys appreciate me breaking down another small cap name here. Smash the like. Let's go. Let's get it going. What's up out there, Kevin? It's good to see you. Get ready to have a great trading week. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's good to see everyone out there. Say hello. Let's keep it moving. Let's go towards some different action there. This is still looking pretty decent there. Look at the spread now spreading out there. We'll see if it gets that breakout through the 580s and keeps running there. I'll let you guys know if that happens. You can set alerts. Alerts on this trading platform are some of the coolest things, guys. You can even, if you'd like to, you can see here, I set the alert there for the 577. Could also set an alert for 532 breakdown, right? That's the breakdown spot. I think what's really cool is if you edit these alerts and you look into what's called place order plus notify. Of course, please look into this before you do it. But this will actually place an order based off of an alert. So based off of an internal servers, right? Internal server, you're telling it that if you get to this price, send an order here. And that's an interesting conversation for penny stock traders indeed, right? Because it's a lot of times what it is that we see a level that everybody sees. You're not special. I'm not special. A lot of people are seeing that 570 level right now. And one of the good things can sometimes be is not buying these little intermediate moves, but buying the breakout through the level, right? And that's what this alert could potentially do for you. And for me, I normally put it up on the highest resistance. So if the highest resistance in this case is what, 77, I'd probably put it at like 78. So give me 1 penny or 2 off of that. So I can avoid this little fake out right now where it's going to 572 and slowing down and pulling back. So I'm looking for a complete break out of the consolidation space. And that's the important thing. This is one way to use alerts that you guys can look into on Trade the Pool. Hey guys, spit in the gold for you. It's up to you if you want to listen. Come over and Trade the Pool, guys. That's what it's all about. All right, Jim Tran, what's up, man? How we doing? Guys, throw up those stocks you guys are watching today. We'll watch it. There's the break towards the 578. I would have got triggered and got in if it was already in there, right? The order was out there. I'm not in on this position, guys, but I was looking for that break back up. 550s pullback. It went right here. I got it right here. This 550 pullback went to 549. Perfect entry if you got that one. Let's see if it takes the 580s. The 580s is where it gets hot. That's where the pop goes maybe to 6 and then really starts going to the 660 area. Let's see if we get it there. 577, 578. Can it get there? 579, 580s. Here it comes. 580s. Will they go and show a big seller there? So now a lot of times I'm looking here on time and sales. Can we see price action going on the offer side, not the bid side? And what you want to see is on the bid is big orders starting to show up on the pullbacks. So that's what buyers willing to add if it pulls back. So you don't want to see big orders on this side, and you want to see bigger orders now pulling back on the 85s and the 80 spot here. Look at that action now to the 590s, now almost to that 6. Imagine if I had 550s, even with 50 shares, now we're up what? 30, 40 cents, 150, looking for more. And I would probably add on that 580s in my strategy that I'm you guys see me executing on. And so now I'd be looking for 575s to hold and the takeout of 6. So it can pull back to the 580s, maybe even 575s. Shouldn't come back through this yellow line. So through this yellow line, we should kind of hold now. That's the way technical analysis would work here. So you see the pullback right there towards the 75. This is that area where you'd want to see it kind of find some buyers. So it's doing the wick through here. Let's see. Boom. It actually flushed there a little bit. Found some size though. And you saw it right here. 566, 4,000 buy. There was someone that threw a nice 4,000 buy there on that pullback. Now let's see if it takes the 580s and goes to the upside. This was a little bit of a wick test, right? Essentially a trap. So this is going to be important to take it out on the next action, because this was a little trappy here toward the 6. It went to what? 594. So yeah, probably trapped some buyers there at 590s. So let's see if it takes the 6 there and goes for the breakout. Now back down through that 550, and it'd be a sign of concern for me. All right, guys, smash the like. Let's go, guys. What's going on, guys? Oil is breaking out. Any trades you like in the sectors for a day trade? My man Roland, I love it. I have a really good friend named Roland. Let's go. Let's take a look here. Look at ZVSA now back through 3. So CVSA held the pullback, came back to the 280s. Now right back through 3. This could start rocking and rolling again right towards the bell here, guys. I might keep trading right now, but let's go looking at some other stocks, guys. I got you guys waiting for AMD. Let's do it. Let's do a couple other ones. Let's take a look at some of the major stocks out there. I'll take a step away from the trading action. Trust me, I want to keep trading, but I'm here for you guys. So I'll show you guys that by taking a step away from the action. All right, we'll talk about some smaller names in a second. We can talk about those names. We've been on it. Let's go to oil. Let's go to AMD. Let's go to the Sunrise Report. Let's talk about what is going on out there. All right, let's go. It's been a great day to start it off, guys. Let's start it off with XOM. This is one that's on the watch. Why is this one on the watch? Well, I'll tell you guys a little bit about the Trump trade here. So Trump trade actually today is oil trade. Why? Because he could be helping XOM, Chevron, with domestic oil output, right? And so today it'll be on watch, and you see this big trend line approach on XOM. I really like, if I'm trading one chart, it's probably XOM. That's the strongest chart I see. Chevron would be chart number 2 in the big boys, right? But there's some smaller ones that we can take a look at. This one yesterday recovered 118. That's my price to watch for fake outs on the downside, where things start to look ugly in the intraday, but on the overall hourly candle and daily candle, it looks good. So pullbacks to 118 today, and then taking out 120 on the high end would be your target, right? That could be easily happening here out the gates. We're at 119.25 already, starting to push. I'd like pullbacks to 118, but I might not get it. I might just get a breakout through that 120. So I'd be watching XOM. That's one to keep an eye out for. Chevron. Let's take a look at Chevron, how that's setting up. Daily chart. You can see that it's now on what we call a little bit of an island where it gaps and it looks around and it's like, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to go into the bottom gap, or am I going to go and break the high? It looks like it wants to approach that 156. So we'll see if we get an attempted run to that. Now, one thing I would be looking at is on the hourly. You can see here how you pretty much made one attempt to get up there. You pulled back, you went for a second attempt, and then you pulled back, and then you started to actually break out here. So in my eyes, I'm looking for now this to start holding this high. So as long as it can hold 154 on pullbacks, Chevron looks good. A nice undercut, maybe a red to green action out the gates where it undercuts back towards 153.50, 153, and then works its way back up through the 155 spot on Chevron. Looks interesting there on some oil names. Of course, you can also trade the XLE if you want to go with more the ETF action where you're trading different names, right? Well, there you would be looking at a push back above the 90s, right? And you went yesterday pushing off the 88.50s. So if you're looking for pullback action, you're looking for a trend line approach back down, or for a bounce off prior resistance. So I'd look for a pullback, maybe 89.50 as being a support. that was a prior resistance and starting to hold that, especially a nice little 89.75 pullback and then a push right back towards 90 would be a good breakout there. You also got Fang that had earnings today. So Diamondback Energy wasn't too bad. So that's one thing to keep an eye out for in oil. Let's go to AMD. I know that there's a question about AMD, so you guys keep it going in the chat. I'll take a look at some of the other ones. Definitely the big boys in the sector. I'd be looking at those because the truth is, if those are going to be held by the Trump trade. That's why I'd be watching it. So it could be traders taking bets on that. All right, guys, not a bad day to start it off. 3:29 before I start a single minute in the day. Ready to get after it. It's 9:29 or 9:27, so let's keep moving. AMD is in a 1 hour consolidation down and now has been going in more of a rectangle pattern sideways here. And if you see, you can draw a trend line from these peaks and you're getting closer and closer to a reversal. But I really need to see a strong move through 143 for that reversal action to hold. Of course, you can always get moves to the downside. And what I usually look for is 1, 2, 3. So we could get one more approach to this 140.40 before we get that breakout above that 143. But looking interesting as it starts to go through. When you really will know that the bulls have turned this around is around the 144. And don't forget, AMD is a momentum name. Could maybe make a bounce towards the 9 EMA, which is a move to 148. And then it could be right back down tomorrow. So we don't know which way these stocks are going to be tomorrow. But today, we jump on the momentum and see what happens. Tesla mentioned in the chat, so I'll take a quick peek. Yesterday, tried to short this bad boy. And boy, oh boy, it was a tough one because it eventually did come down. But it went all the way to 248.90, almost 249. And then it came back down towards 241. So, hey, that's just how it goes. The dragon is very hard to tame. Yesterday on Tesla, what could have helped me attack that was trying to attack a prior resistance as the place to short. So prior resistance was at 248.85. It was a good area to go shorting off of that area. Today, similar area to look for the bullish area. So you're looking at that 485, 489 for a breakout towards the 250. In the morning, you went to 250.05. That's the pre-market look in Tesla. Let's move out. Let's go towards the playbook this morning and what I had on there. Of course, I was talking about different kind of plays that you guys can be looking for the Trump trade. Of course, in Trump, I've talked about some of these already. Tesla is one of those. Palantir is one of those. Palantir, we need to take a look at, of course, big earnings day, and it ripped back towards the upside. So shout out to all those Palantir bulls. They're going to be super happy. The cyber security company saw 14% rise, reporting $726 million in Q3 revenue and an EPS of 10 cents, beating the expectations on the back, of course, of unrelenting AI demand. Big push this morning, already getting up there almost to the 50. Got to 48.89. It's definitely starting to slow down a little bit, but what a strong morning already for Palantir. And of course, we can watch some other ones. Semiconductor name NXPI. That one had some report out there. So keep your eyes on that. That had some earnings that got hit hard. Let's see if this comes back. I'd like to see this report come back because that could show us the tech is strong today. Dollar Tree is up 4% after the CEO stepped down. HIMS jumped 7.2%. So keep your eyes on HIMS if they had good earnings. Cleveland Clift slid 6% with some steel earnings out there. But Boeing got a deal. So look for maybe Boeing to get a lift. Look at Boeing actually taking the tumble. That's an interesting one today, as it was already running into it. They thought they would get the deal, and now it's getting smacked down. Boeing with the smackdown today, flipping on some guys. We'll see what happens out there. Let's go trading, guys. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's go. Let's go. All right, looking around, trying to see where I'm getting my alerts from. AGFY. Let's go. Let's take a look here. AGFY pulling back there. Coming right back here towards the 530s. Let's see if it goes red to green and then comes for that 6. Q's ripping. Tesla going for that move we talked about. At 248, looking good right now on Tesla. Let me see if I can get a quick 247.50 pullback here. Looking for that 247.50s, but not getting it there, man. Let's see if I get it here on Tesla. I saw the Qs go strong there. God, man, that was so fast. Tesla's so fast, guys. I tried to get in there on that pullback off the VWAP. I wanted a VWAP approach. It went right to VWAP, right back up. So, that's a little frustrating there, guys. Just slow on Tesla today, guys. I wanted to get in there at that 247.50. I missed my entry, though. Q's strong, now pulling back there. We'll see what happens on the VXX. The VXX dropping fast. Fast. Tesla now to 249. So I had a great outlook there. I was going to go 100 to 200 shares at 247.50, looking for the push. It would have been already up there about $1, close to $2 push. Well, there, that would have been already a nice little trade, about $400. We'll see what happens there in Tesla. I'll keep an eye on some of the smaller names today. ZVSA, really making me a lot of money on the limited account. Breaking through 3 again here. Going for another move is ZVSA. We'll see if it can continue, but it just broke 3. Should I go to the limited account? Oof. That's a hard one to see on Tesla, guys. I missed my buy there, and it's already there to 249.50. So good action out the gates. Looking around to see what's making a move in the market here, but man, really good move there. All right, seeing Bolero up in the regular session, up a pretty good amount. Palantir up 14%. So Palantir continuing. DJT having a good day there. That's pushing, guys. 38 showing up right now. Let's see what happens here. If it does do a little bit of a 15-minute pullback here. It's been setting up all morning for this. Now look at that dirty wipeout move back towards 37 here as Trump takes a pullback there. Will it hold the 37 here and come right back up, or will it be a takeout? It's a hard move here. Hard trade off the VWAP. 37.23s. It just went to 37.02s. Looks interesting there. DJT, do I dare trade it? Let's go for it. All right, it's already making the move there to 37.80s here. So I'm looking for a pullback below the 37.50s to get an entry here. It might not give it to me. DJT coming back. It's a dirty one, guys, so be careful out there. It's a hard one to trade. I'll tell you guys that. It washes people out like nobody's business here. So you got to be careful for this one. Maybe even doing another 37 test here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for here. See if it can go back to 37. Hold that. Maybe even do an undercut to 36.85 here and then come back around. That's how DJT has a tendency of doing it. This is the pattern, though. It could hold this trend line here and just take off. So that's why I was trying to get in earlier on that 37, the 37.50 area. It's holding in right now at that 37.80s. Let's see, 37.70s right now on DJT. Let's see if it takes the high there, 38, and goes for the breakout. I won't play through that 38. I'll tell you guys that. I need that pullback back through the 37 to even look at it. There it goes for the 38s. Will it get the breakout there? There's the 38.13s. I've been looking good, guys. I just haven't been taking the shots there. We'll see if DJT continues here, but nice little approach to that 38. Can they take it there? There's 38.03s. It's fighting in the 38s. There's the push there. 38.20s on the offer now. They can take it. Let's see if they go and fly it towards 39 there. Good push on the opening action here for DJT. Tesla now 250, guys. What a trade that would have been today, guys. A little slow out the gates. I had the eyes on the trade. I even put an order out there. Just no fill and slow to the action. I wanted to do more of a market fill there. And with Tesla, it's near impossible sometimes to read the quick action on the pullback. All right, let's look around. Let's go trading. Let's see what we got here. ZVSA is probably the best smaller name here. So I'm going to go back towards the limited account here and see what I can come up with. All right, ZVSA here on the pullback for the 290s. Tried to get towards the 340s multiple times. Has come to the threes. I think at some point it might fail here. I'm surprised that it hasn't just completely broken out here, but it's tried multiple times. It's reloading on the 3 here. We'll see if it actually does a takedown there. AGFY all the way back down to 5. That one definitely got a takedown. ALBT back down to 376. Not doing well there. ZVSA still holding that 3 there. We'll look to see if it makes the breakout over 3. It just broke out over it. Now came back to the VWAP. Still holding on the 15-minute chart. It still doesn't look bad. I mean, I'd like to see it start to hold this pullback, this 303, and then start to break out above that. But other than that, it's looking pretty decent here. Now it just broke out above that, attempted that 303 pullback hold. Let's see if it goes back through 3. Back through 3, I think it's even a sign of concern now. We'll see what happens there on ZVSA. Now starting to approach the 3 on the pullback, and this is what I mean by it starts to get a little bit dangerous there, but let's see it. It bounced right off of that 297 there. They're buying it. 45,000 share buy there. Someone went up and stepped up to the plate. Where was that at? That was at 38.10. So somebody stepped up to the plate at 308.10. They're driving it. They're trying to get ZVSA to start moving here. Might go for a little bit of a scalp trade. It comes at 310s available to it again. A big buyer showing up there, 45,000 shares. That was an impressive buy. Could stuff it to him, start to come back down. So I'm watching the action here. 15 minutes. 1 minute chart pulling back to that 302. What's going on out there, traders? What are we looking at? What do we got our eyes on? The market's open. Let me know what you guys are trading, what you guys watching. It's been a great morning already, making a good trade on ZVSA in the pre-market. Now watching the open action here on ZVSA. It's pulling back, trying to get back towards that 310 for the breakout here. Going to be real quick off of that. There was a big order earlier. I'm looking to see if I can see another big order come in there. There's some more buying coming in there now for ZVSA. Let's see if it really wants to go now. There's the first action, 313. Flow is coming in here. They got the chance to take it. There's 318, 320s. Just won't get breaking through the Bollinger Band there. Slowing down there at the 320s. It's a good first action there. And look at the cut down, back down. That is a little bit dirty here. Will it wash some traders out? I mean, small name. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Has a tendency of popping and holding towards the close there. See what happens. There it starts propping again. 320s, looking for the breakout there above the 320s, going to the 350s, and then could maybe even run to 4. We'll see it in the pre-market. It had a high there of 342s. There's the 330s, 320s, and a pull back right back down. Wicked is ZVSA right now, guys. Wicked. Tells me watch out for the 3 dump there, and that's exactly what it seems like it just went for. 294s and then just stop there. man, this is back and forth. It's washing some traders out, trying to recollect some volume here. And now you got to be watching kind of more of your bigger time frame. The 5-minute chart looks like it's holding in on that pullback towards 283s. But if it gives up that 283s, got to watch out there. Here comes the 290s. Now starts looking like it wants to just keep dropping here. Little part of me is thinking about shorting it, if anything. But I'm going to stay off of shorting a first day runner. It just usually seems like bad business. But we'll see what happens here. ZVSA trying to hold the 3. I mean, it's getting the volume. It's just not breaking out. All right, looking into the scanners to see what else I'm seeing moving from this morning. F still moving, not much there. Let's go to the scanner and the big boys. Bolero getting a nice day there. Palantir up 18% and continuing almost to the $50 now. So big day for that. DJT, how did that hold on? That did hold on that pullback. Got there to 39.50. So had some good eyes this morning. Just didn't take the shot there. We'll see what happens. How's the XLI doing? Starting to drop on the industrial space. I'm looking at the sectors right now, and there's a couple in the green, right? There's industrials and technology. Pulling back is healthcare. So that's interesting to see that. Energy doing decent. How's XOM on that? XOM coming back to that 118, right back up to that 118.60s. Good pullback look there on that 118, guys. So that's what I was kind of looking for on XOM. If it could come back down there, yeah, I definitely would want it, but I don't think it comes back down there at all. I think it could just take back up towards the upside. 119 breakout towards the upside here. We'll see if it starts to make the move here. I like that XOM, man. We'll see if we get an opportunity for it to come back towards 118.26, but I don't think it does. I think it could just take off from here. So that's just my outlook. Of course, you guys call your own shots. XOM and Chevron was one that we were looking at this morning, and that one did a nice cut back towards 153, kind of held at 154, now coming back here. So XLE starting to look a little bit better as it starts to recover 90. I've talked about pullbacks back down, and then looking at red to green action in energy today. Looking decent there. We'll see if it takes the move. XLI trying to hold in on the pullback there. Let's see what's doing well. Delta doing well. So some airline action doing well there. Engineering doing well. Shipping and ports doing well. Railroads doing well. So those are some names that are doing well that you wouldn't expect to see up today. But hey, they're doing decent. ZVSA now starting to break down towards the 290s. Could break down here and then just start to go lower. Of course, this came from around $2 today, so watch out there. There's the 285 starting to cut down there. It looks good for the breakdown here. We'll see what happens. Does it break down? A little part of me thought about shorting it here. It's too late now. Too late to get the entry now. So I'd like the entry closer towards the 290s. And now it's 280s. Now could really break down towards the 260s here. We'll see if it breaks down, or does it just stuff the shorts and comes right back through 3. So what this move does also is it washes out a lot of the traders. As it goes through this support, you're washing out some traders. You're activating stops at that 280. Now you could come right back up through the 3. So to tell you the truth, that's why I don't like shorting first day movers, because the first day is like the day where it's more bullish than anything. That's coming back to 3 here. I might take a risk off the 290s here. It looks like it really wants to get the motor going now. Let's see if it starts to push back through and then gets a trend line approach for this break back through the 330s and then really goes for it. Saw a decent amount of volume come in on that 3 approach. So I'm really looking for 3 to break versus trying to jump in before that 3 break. That's how you get caught here right now. If I go in right now at the 290s, it could just easily drop. What I really need to see is a reversal back above the 9 EMA. So we got a hammer candy there. That's actually trend change reversal candle. So the pullback trend change could come. There's 298s looking good here, guys. 3 coming here. I'm going to take a shot here, guys. I'm in there on 302s. 306 comes up here. If I see the 320s or 330s, I might take an ad here and go for it. So starter in here. Looking good at that first approach. Now 310s start to show here. Let's see if they take the 310s. There's the bid. So look at this. Look at this market depth. If you guys aren't really trading and you're just watching the action, there's a crazy market depth right there to kind of learn from as you're seeing the orders line up there. 308, 310. So that's where they want to sell right now. Let's see if we blow through 310s. That's what I'd want to see on the tape. I want to see some big orders go through there at 310, 308s. So then the next level is 315 after that. But let's see if we just start piling in here and going for a big push. Setting up there for the move now. Down just needs to take that 310 here. Here's that approach to 310. I'm seeing it get hit a little bit there. Now you see it get hit a little bit. 15,000. It was at 17,000. I want to see it get hit again. So right back towards the 310s. And then this time I want to see it get taken out. There's 15,000 now. So it's a reload. They just reloaded it. They just added size on that 310. That's a negative for us. That means it could be someone trying to short on there. So now it's 16,000. It was at 15,000. So they added shares towards that 310 to try to sell more, right? So that's where you got to be careful. That could be one of those gurus and furus that you hear all about. Those are those types of orders that they try to do, where they're trying to just get some orders out there. And as it approaches that, look how it comes back down here, guys. So be careful out there on both sides of this trade right now. And there it comes back here for the 290 takeout. If it hits 289, I'm out of here, guys. $65 is all I'm willing to risk on this. If it comes back for the 310, I'm willing to add here. So that's one I'll be looking at on the upside of things. Let's see what happens. So I'll put 311 just to be safe on an add here. So that's the add spot. We'll see what happens here. Risking to 287s there. Just pushed it down to $75 just to give myself a little room on the range here, as the range is ranging out here towards about 4 or 5 cents now. So I saw the range spread out there. That's when they're usually trying to scoop you. So let's see what happens here. It could get me out. I put my stop out there. I'm protected. So I'll show you guys it right on the screen, right? I might as well. Let's see if it hits me here right when you guys are watching it. All right, there you go. It hit me. It hit me there on that pullback. But guess what, guys? I still have this stop to add in here at 310s, because if it just whipsaws back through that 310, it's just a fake out, guys. So 77 down there, took a little bit of a hit there. It could still come back through 3 and still do the breakout. So that's that next attempt here. At this point, if it goes to the 280s, yeah, it's probably a short there. But I still have that order out there that it can add in on the big push through 3. So that was a good approach. Good shot there, right? So not too bad. 302 entry. Looked for the breakout. It got there. There's that wall, that repeated seller at 310. That's what was keeping us up there. That's what was not letting us go through that complete breakout. All right, we'll see if it starts to go back again here. I just got off of it. We'll look to see some other trades out there, see what's moving. But hey, back through 3, it's still going to be interesting on this. It's been developing. Just needs to get through that 310 seller. All right, guys, I'm going to probably take another shot on this in just a second here. And that's what it's all about. You know, just understanding my risk to return. I'm going to take another one here. I just got a little starter there at 3. Still looking at 310s as the area where the struggle happens. There's 305, starts to come back here. You got to be willing to get back into trades. And that's what I'm doing right here. Willing to take the shot again. The setup's there. I'm taking it. All right, let's see if they take it here, guys. 302. $304 starting to show up here. Can they break it through the 310 here? Overall market Qs just continuing on the upside. Tesla went all the way to 253, guys. That was a great outlook out the gates there for long there in Tesla. Wish I would have had that one. Apple holding well right now. That's good sign here for you guys that are going after Apple. We'll see what happens. The VIX just collapsing today. So big bullish day to start the action. I'll keep watching, but technology still leading there, the action on the upside. Here comes that 310 approach, guys. Let's see if we break through the 310, guys. Right back down, guys. That 310 seller, guys. That 310 seller. Now 31,000 shares there at 310. You see it right there, that 310. This is what's holding it up, guys. What's up out there, guys? DJT taking the action. Let's go. What do you think about Bitcoin? I love me some Bitcoin. Love me some Bitcoin, man. All right, there. I just got in. Oh my God. What the heck was that? All right, guys. Got to be protective here. I got in. I got an ad, and that thing collapsed. Ran right into a big seller, guys. Right into a big seller. Got to be protective here. We'll get out 185 if it hits me at the 288. What a dump on. Guys, we just got dumped on by a guru. That's what that was right there. That's called getting dumped on by a guru. Right there. That right there. That action right there. I wouldn't be surprised. It came from a chat room. That right there. When you get that kind of action where you get the breakout there, you get the push, it literally went up there, started to press, and nothing came in on the tape big, but something went through on the dark pool. Something went through on that dark pool action, man. Man, that was nasty. That was wicked, guys. That was wicked. Got me out of a lot of my money that I made, man. That's a tough one to take. Oh, that's a tough one to take, guys. We were up there today. I've taken a couple of trades on this, and it was a good trade there. That was just a big order there, just rejecting the move there. We got stuffed on ZVSA today. That's a struggling one for me, man. Oh, man. It was going great, man. It was going great. Nah, 3 straight losses and one that's a big here. This one should have been, I shouldn't even got the ad. It just went for me. It hunted me. I even put it at 313. It got the ad, and boy, it was down there to 290s in a second. I wasn't going to let the risk happen there. So, hey, got out of there, man. What a hit there. ZVSA, it was looking awesome there. But that's how it goes sometimes. You run into a bigger seller. This is why I talk about that you need to be on the big side, the side of the bigger player. That bigger player just stuffed it to us, man. Just stuffed it to us. And now they could take it through there. I can't take it this time, though. So I already got 3 strikes on this thing after a nice, really big win. And it's a little bit struggle right there, right? A little part of me thinking maybe I should have just ended the day today, right? Maybe pushed it a little bit too much in the limited account. It's a tough one today. But, hey, that's for later to worry about. Let's keep pushing. We're looking good. We're still in the green. We can still make a nice trade. We just got to find another big mover. All right, ABLT starting to go back here. Tried to come back through 4. This is one that we were watching earlier. Hourly levels have a nice kind of support that this is holding, which is a 360. Could come back here towards like 550. So there's room on this. All right, let's go looking at ALBT. All right, this one just pushed off of the 4 spot there a couple of times. So I'm looking for one more time back down into that 394 spot. So you can see how you're trying to approach back through this trend line, right? So I'd like to see a little scoop down and then to move back through here. You went 1, 2, 3. You'd like to see one more time to try to break it there and then come back through that. So that's what I'm watching for right now, ALBT. If it comes down, I need to see it come back through 4. Right? Back through 4 is really where I'd like to take a look at this. All right, and I'll of course get back to the main account and get focused in on taking at least a bigger trade. I've been trying to hold off on trades on the bigger account towards more 10 a.m., 11 a.m., as that's usually when I have a tendency of finding some better trades in the bigger stocks. Cleveland Cliff is taking a big hit today, guys, but it's starting to come back. That's a steal name. So I'm taking a look into the stocks right now to see what's going on. Let me kind of change something up right quick. All right, guys. So leading the action, industrials leading the action, technology right behind that. What is leading in industrials today? That's the interesting part. So you got airlines taking off today, guys. So a lot of these just pushing strong. JetBlue with a nice move out there. So that's definitely having a good day. But it's a green day all around there. Is GE up? GE is up. Let's take a look at Honeywell. Honeywell with a nice takeoff. That's a big name to look at. All right, ALBT. Now back towards 4. Just did that down attempt. Now could start to come back here. So I'm waiting here to see it start to work its way back. All right, what do you guys like out there? Emotional trading hurts. Yeah. It happens. It happens. You know, I think I did the good approaches today, guys, and I built a nice like kind of cushion, right? So let's keep getting after it, guys. Kumar, what's up out there? How we doing? AGFY. Okay, there's a couple names out there to keep watch. You know, I don't think I did it bad there on ZVSA. I think it just ran into kind of maybe just calling it quits after that first or second loss, right? At some point, this is what's happening, is there's a repeat seller in this area right there at the 313. Look at that. Again, repeat seller. If I would have gone after it again, I would have got stuffed again. So there's something going on there where there's a repeat seller. And this is a learning lesson for you guys that trade the smaller names. It's going to happen where you find that repeat seller that's just dumping on you. What it is that someone probably with a big order, we're talking 100,000 shares, that's trying to get out of this position. And every time their algorithm is seeing that momentum come in, they're dumping shares into it. And so we got to learn from this, right? That's what it's about. It's all good. It happens. I rode the momentum earlier and made a good trade. Hey, should have maybe called it quits. But those are things that we need to be thinking about, right? What's maybe a max green day that I can be like, okay, no, call it quits on this day. We'll come back in tomorrow. That's something to think about. There's not many times where I tell you guys where I stop trading if I'm really green. Big reason why also is probably why I'm doing the show, right? Because I mean, I'm doing this show, right? But the good thing would have been there is to close this account today, seal it up, say, hey guys, we're really close to taking the funded account. So let's slow this down. Let's go trading something else and then come back to it. Things like that could really help you. But like always, we're going to learn from our approach and try to improve here. But definitely that ZVSA, there's someone there that's not letting it go through that breakout. All right, ALBT just did a little spike there. Now it's starting to recover there. All right, I'm liking this. I just want to see it come back up for the 4 here. The spread just widened out though. So looking at that spread, see if it tightens up here. All right, let's see if this wants to start moving up here towards the upside here. Give it a chance here. ALBT actually moves to the downside there, and that's why I click off here. I'm not getting in just yet. Looking for that push back through this trend line. So now we've had those down attempts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now looking for it to come back through this. If it can come back on the upside, yeah, I'm going to play it. It's washing out some longs right there that just got long off of 4. So you saw this volume pop there. There was some traders trying to long on 4. Same look that I was looking at, right? SRRK giving me an alert. That's a short alert there on SRRK. We'll see what happens on that one. All right, now starting to see some order flow. Just trying to get the order flow right now. Goldman Sachs with an alert to the upside. Financials breaking to the upside here, guys. So alert there on Goldman Sachs. Started to actually recover today. So nice little move to 517.50s. The Qs have been really strong. Will we start to run into some chop, or will we continue to lift off? It's been a lift off from the start. Let's see if we start to pull back now. You know how the market goes. Loves to do it to us. So be careful out there, guys. ZVSA. Let's go ahead. Let's see if it makes the move finally. It looks like it's on the breakdown, if anything, back towards the 283. ALBT. I'm looking at that one, but I want to see it start to make the move here. It looks set up there. A little bit of a shake there on the MACD. Looking at the 15-minute here. Hourly chart still looking decent there, and I think that's what we need to wait for. The hourly chart to really kind of look like a breakout. Not holding right now, starting to break, trying to like it's just holding off that line. It's trying to break down there, but could get a buyer to step it up. Watching right now, ALBT, guys, looking around to see what stocks are making moves. I'm looking at the volume buzz of like what is trading with volume today. Ferrari getting the move out there, guys. Of course, Palantir, we know about that. Boeing bouncing back a little bit, but still on the downside overall. So looking around at that one, Tempest AI getting shorted like crazy, guys. So Temp. You guys can see that. That's a hard hit on the downside. This stock just keeps getting whacked now, and it looks ugly. It looks like it's heading down and just broke a big support there at the 43. So that's kind of the layer where I'd see it come back to. If it comes back later in the day, I'll be watching that layer. But definitely 43 just cut down through that. Could go lower there. Tempest AI. ALBT now starting to come back here. Looking like it wants to approach the move here. All right, guys, I'm taking the shot here off the 4. That's the first entry here. There's 404 starting to really kind of get that at least pivot here. The thing, though, the spread widened out there, so I got to be careful here. Looking for 410s, really. 410s will give me that nice breakout look. So let's see if we get back above the 4s here, not approach the 380s. There's that pullback for the 380s. Got to be careful here. There's 380 on the bid, but look how wide it went. It went super wide there, so I got to be careful here. I'm going to risk right below it, about 110 at 378 here. Well, we got to be careful because the spread on this one's getting wider at the wrong time, and I don't like that because that puts pressure on the buyers, especially because when the spread widens out, what does it do? It puts pressure on the bid side because we're going to probably sell on that bid side, right? So right now I'm looking at the 380s. It's dropping fast there. Need to see it recover back through the 395 spot here. Now 388 on the offer, tightening up, but on the wrong side, tightening up on the downside here. And I see the offers, and there's some offers down towards 370, so it could take them. Gonna get this downward pressure right now, guys. Got to be careful here. All right, stop place there. Got hit. It's just not it, guys. ALBT not getting that breakout there, reversing off of me. So now it could get that upside move, but we'll see. It just seems like the penny names are catching me, and the algos out there are just catching me right on that. So, hey, took a hit there. Now down 75 on the limited. Going to go over to the main account here and go see what I can do during the market. Let's see if we get a turnaround here in the Qs. The Qs have been riding up all morning here. Now around 10 o'clock, sometimes we get a reversal action. So I'm going to look to see if that's what comes in here. Yeah, we've had some pretty decent down action there in the VIX back down to the support. So we could see it spike off today. So now I'll be looking to play VIX to the upside here. Got to be careful though. Started off right. All right, looking for that bottoming action that I look for all the time, which is about 4 bottoming actions and then a reversal to come in. So 1, 2, 3. This is kind of like that 4th attempt here. Holding that 62 right now. That was pretty much the 4th attempt here. So watching the reversal off of this action here. All right, first action back towards the upside, the 68s. 68s. Q's holding the pullback right now. I'm going to watch really kind of Apple. I think that's a big stock to watch here. The big part is that, you know, what's going to happen with Apple, especially after Warren Buffett's sell. Yesterday, it was a sell, eventually came back down. No trade on just yet, guys. No trade on, just watching it here. Tesla long. Yeah, that was the trade early. It was a good trade early. I don't know if I'll go after it now. Steph, it's hard not to trade even if your day is profitable. Nothing wrong when you follow your plan. It's how it could have worked. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. I think one of the things is also it's knowing when the gas pedal's there and knowing when the brake pedal's there. I feel like on ZVSA, once I noticed there that there was that repeat seller at 310, I should have just called it quits on ZVSA, right? Not looking for him to get taken out. If anything, he had more share size to put up. So that's one thing to think about. Bro, what can you use for better accuracy in trading? Indicator. Well, the truth is indicators don't improve our accuracy. If anything, indicators are going to help us do what? They're going to give us conviction in trades. That's what I like on indicators. It's what it should tell you is, did I get into the right trade at the right time? So I don't really necessarily look at them for entry, but I can look at them for what? I can look at them for confirmation once I'm in the trade that the breakout is happening. So let's take a look at Tesla today. So Tesla right out the gates, and I'll use Tesla on the way this looks. So right here is a perfect example too, right? What's going to happen right now. But looking for MACD crossover on Tesla, right? You can see how it's kind of chopping in the pre-market. Right here, it starts to cross and going to the upside. That expansion away from the yellow line tells you that you got momentum and you're looking good, right? As it comes back to the middle line, it can tell you, hey, watch out. The trend could change here. Doesn't mean that it's done, because it could do a recross, right? And that's what it's doing now. It pulled back on that pullback. Now it's trying to do a recross right here and go for a momentum push through the 254. So what I'd be looking for now is if I held through all that, I got a cross, right? I got a cross back. I wouldn't want to see it cross again on the downside. That time would probably be a sell for me, right? So things like that, using indicators for essentially trying to get after it, to use it for conviction. That's what I think can help you understand, hey, did I time the trade right? That's what most traders struggle with. It's not necessarily if they got in, but more did they time the trade right? So let's go to that ZVSA. And you can see here on the 1 minute, it crossed here. But I never got a conviction crossover when I was trying to get in on the trades that I just did. That was all here. And so this told me that I probably didn't have it right. Things to think about, right? So for accuracy, I would confirm sometimes once I'm in the trade, do I have a MACD crossover on the time frame that I'm trying to trade it? And on the bigger time frame, does it kind of also give me the insight that I'm trading in the right trend? So like, let's say maybe a 1 minute confirmation with a 15-minute also outlook, or a 5-minute MACD crossover with also the 15-minute also on the bullish side. So above the yellow line is one thing you want to see on the 15-minute, and the 1 minute, you want to see it doing that crossover. That could be a good sign. All right, looking around, guys, trying to see what's going to happen here, trying to take bets. Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm getting messages. Trying to keep up with everything. All right, let's see it here. Now I'm seeing the Qs start to balance out there. I'm seeing the VIX try to do that down move. Now we're starting to come back for it. I'm going to take a shot here, guys. All right, guys, just went long there on the VXX. Going to hold off the 52.45 here. So, of course, these are my bigger trades. These are the bigger trades for me. This is the big account, the big boy. Let's see what happens today, guys. Of course, on this account, guys, I am up, but I've been back and forth on this account. Yesterday, lost big. So I got to balance today and keep battling. Right, getting a test here. We're looking for the momentum back through this 52.75. One thing I did see, I got a cross back over, right? So now I wouldn't want to see the cross come back. So that gave me a little bit more conviction that the timing might have been a little bit off, because I was looking for it to come back here, like, you know, get 55 entry here. So maybe reached a little bit, but looking for it to come back through this rectangle here. So that's the kind of move that we're looking at, looking for it to go back through that to the VWAP, and 53 would be where I'd look for it to really get hot. So on the 5 minute, it should be approaching a turn, not just there yet. At the 53 spot, I'll look for this to be a crossover on the 5 minute. That will give me that real conviction. I'm in on a really nice turnaround in trend. Some traders will wait for this to cross over first before they're getting in. And that's a bigger time frame, right? I think that's important too. All right, we'll look to see if that starts to come back in. I'm right off of my entry right now. I'm starting to see it go into my favor, starting to see the Qs pull back, but it could always give that next push here. All right, let's see if we start getting that momentum push on the 1 minute here. I'm going to lower this so you guys can see this a little bit bigger, right? So, all right, industrials leading. Of course, there's not much in the red here. Let's see if we start to pull back. That's another thing that I'm seeing. Will we even pull back? Back and forth action right now in the Qs, and that's what I'm really watching right here, the Qs. And I'll go to the Qs to show you guys that. There's the Qs on the downside. You guys see me go slightly into the green here. Now at this point, I'm looking to go ahead and just hold break even to see if it wants to go for the breakout. Okay, now I'm break even, guys. So now I'm really going to step up to the plate in just a second here. Now it's the 52.80s. Now I'm up 170. Now I'm just looking for pullbacks to go ahead and take more sizing. So if it comes back and stops me out here, I don't mind that. It's okay. But if it wants to just break out here, it's the 52.80s that's going to be the breakout spot. So I'm looking for above 52.80s, going to 52.90s to take the ad. So like 52.86 would be a nice ad. All right, guys, I'm going to go for a stop ad there as it starts to go and approach it. Qs still are holding up here. I want to see them take out the 490.40s here. Okay, approaching that move right now. But holding up. Here's that approach 490.40s coming back right now. There, 490.40 is about to break on the Qs, and then it recovers. So that recovered spot, that 490.40 is being really pesky right now. It's going for the move right now on the 490.40s, and it just recovers. Like the Qs are just being relentless there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how many times it's hit that 490.40 spot. All right, risking about 10 bucks on the pullback. Just pulled it back a little bit. Just risking 10 bucks there because it's going to get a little bit of a pullback here. I just don't want to catch me and then it just comes right back up. If I lose $10 on it, that's fine. Trying to set up for the move right back up here for the break back towards the 86. All right, let's see what we get here. We'll get a quick takedown on the Qs or a rip back up. So this is for the bulls and the bears out there right now. So if the Qs go right back up through this trend line, it'll be looking good for the bulls to get that move right back towards 492. And the move keeps going for the trade out there. We'll see what happens. Apple's on the pullback. Tesla's holding right now 252, trying to hold the move. Q's trying to go through the 491, but they could reject that spot. Just rejected a little bit here. We'll see what happens in the SPY. Very similar move. Rejection off the 9 EMA. So that's the rejection off the light blue line there. You saw it get back above the 574. They're trying to hold it there. Now Q's coming right back for that 490.40 break. Looking heavy now. Could go for the move here. Trying to set up a stop limit order. I'll show you what that is in just a second here, guys. All right, so stop limit order is an interesting order, right? It's an interesting setup here. We'll see what happens on the Qs. I'm leaving the Qs here so you can see it on the left-hand side. I can't click on that screen because I'll take it off, but now you can see what I'm talking about. Here, I'm going to have to risk like a little bit more because it's still trying to play out, and the Qs could make the move right now. So I just risked it a little bit more to 20 bucks here just to give myself a tiny bit of room here, just in case the Qs just whip down. I give myself a cent more, so 40 bucks risk is perfectly fine on this account. The key here is watching to see what happens in the Qs and then playing it after that. You can wait for the move too. That's another way to play it. All right. So what I want to do is if it goes to the 86, it's going to trigger in a limit order at 76. So looking to see what happens right here on the Qs. Back through the 491s, the up move. Back through the, let's say, 490.25 on the downside, you could approach the VWAP pullback. There's the fake to the up. Now let's see if it just slams. Another thing that's telling me that it's not going to the upside is this. So we just talked about this. So accuracy, right? If I'm going long the Qs right now, without the MACD even showing me one type of crossover there, more like a pullback, those are things to think about, right? And I think that these are all things that they'll be looking into, right? Accuracy is something hard, right? And I think that that's the hardest thing I'll tell you guys. Accuracy has more to do with kind of the strategy itself and how it's like established in the process that you're going through. But I think that one thing that you can definitely look into is using indicators to time and give you conviction to be like, hey, did I do it right or did I do it wrong? And maybe setting up rules that tell you that, hey, this is what needs to happen after I take the trade for me to stay in the trade. If not, take the small green and get out of the trade can be a decision you make, right? All things that are fair. All right, this is it, guys, because 1, 2, 3 times the breakdown towards that 340s on the wicks. I'm looking for one more wick down there. If not, the wick could come on the upside and it could be the break above the 491. So you see this is starting to tighten. That's actually a good sign for the bulls. As it starts to tighten, it could cross over. So you see how that the crossover hasn't happened. There's buying already happening based on the way this looks. So I'm going to make it bigger on the screen so you guys can see it. There's the action there on the Qs. We'll see what happens here. SPY approaching the up action right now. Just got hit there on the VIX. Small out there though. Qs approach the 491. Could still break back towards it. Just wasn't going to get wiped out, right? Willing to take a hit. Look to get back into this if it starts to approach the break or not. So instead, we're getting that upside approach here on the 491 on the Qs. Starting to run into a little bit of some chop. All right, looking around to see what other stocks are moving out there, guys. You guys see anything getting the nice move? Let me know. I'm looking. Seeing NUWE by $2 now. That thing went all the way right back down. So NUWE, that might have been the one. That broke down nasty. Hollow showing up for me. This one's made a couple of moves lately. ALBT trying to get back through that 350. That one didn't go nowhere though. DJT. Man, that was the play out the gates. Missed that one. See if it pulls back here to the VWAP. Has pulled back to the VWAP 1, 2, 3 times. So that time could be the breakdown. I mean, we're having a nice bullish run there. The Q's right back to the high here. Now the cross is there, right? VIX continuing lower. Glad I got out there. There's a little twist right back, and I think that that's what we're going to get for the rest of the day. It's going to be a little bit of a back and forth, and I got to be patient there. ADN now starting to get a move here, guys. So ADN, alert out there. This one's making a move on the hourly. 350 pullback seems to make sense on that one. I'm going to take a look at it with the smaller account, the limited account. Let's see if I can do this here. ADN getting a little lift there. See the volume that came in. This is low volume, but nice looking chart on the hourly. Can it hold can it get a little 350 pullback here? Doesn't look bad, but it's just slow right now, and I want to see fast action here. It's pretty slow on the action. See where this one can get to, about 450. Okay, so we're looking at about $1 up, so dollar potential here. Of course, this is potential. You see some more volumes really start to flow if this is really going to make the move. What do you guys think about that one? What's going on out there? BTC analysis. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Yes, definitely. You got to journal. If you're not journaling, you're not doing enough. Hey, Mitch, what a waste of time yesterday trading. Traded about 1 million stocks for about 50 cents. Hey, that's called hard work. That's called survivor mentality. Don't worry about it. Give yourself a pat on the back for it. It's all good. As long as you didn't lose. Sometimes I say, hey, I did my job. I battled. My NVIDIA still pumping. Let's go, NVIDIA. Okay, now we're getting that. That's how it goes, guys. The action right now in the VIX is very confusing, guys. I want to take one more trade on this. All right, guys, taking a little bit of a long there on VIX, VXX. Just got stopped out in this trade. The big thing here is that I'm finally starting to see some action that I need to see, which is Apple declining, Tesla declining, other stocks declining ahead of the action. Let's see if we can get it here. There's hard action here, guys. I'm going to add and take a shot here. So I'm seeing the Qs come down there. I'm taking a big shot here, guys. I got to be careful now. Getting some test here. I'm looking for the next push here to be a big push to the upside here in the VXX and a big down move in the Qs. We'll see what happens. Qs went down fast there. Let's see if they continue to come down here. ADN still looking good on that 367, but I'm not watching it anymore, guys. I'm taking this big trade and I'm trying to focus on it. Got to get focused on it because it's putting pressure. You guys can see it there, down big, but taking a big shot. You're out of NVIDIA. Jim, when you saw a little turn there in NVIDIA, that'd be a good sign for me. You definitely got a test there for the bulls. Tesla still looks good on the setup, guys. If you are a bull and you're looking for a setup, Tesla looks interesting. And of course, you guys know I'm actually shorting the market essentially here. But Tesla looks interesting. 15 minutes, trying to hold and trying to get back up. Chop is starting to play in here, guys, where we're getting back and forth action. Be careful out there. Of course, I even feel like I'm chopping back and forth. So I can tell you guys that the chop is there. All right, guys, it's 10:30. We'll see if things start to play out in my favor or not. And like always, it's all about just understanding and taking trades, right? Of course, I've been taking and sizing up. And so this account, you'll see a lot bigger trades, right? I try to get towards a max risk of like 400, 500 on a trade. And I'm trying to make 1,000 to 2,000 on the upside, right? In this position, this would be more of a 1,500 to 2,000 on the upside. So just to put the risk to return in perspective, it's all about that, right? And I know that a lot of traders sometimes they go a little bit crazy, and I think that it's the hardest thing is to size up, and that's one thing that I've been really working on, guys. You guys have been seeing me go back and forth on it. There's days where it goes really well. There's days where it's tough. It's hard to manage the risk. That's the important thing, trying to learn from it. And that's what I'm trying to do here. All right, so let's start seeing we get that real strong up action here in the VIX there. Q's coming down a little bit there. So it looks a little bit weak, but it's still not really breaking there. We'll see if it really starts to pop off on the VXX. So at least some bottoming action here in the VXX. Now we'll see if it really starts to pop. Qs are down some more. VXX hasn't really taken off. So I'm being patient here. A little part of me is like, add. No, then not the move. If I was deep in the green, 250 up, yeah, it'd be an add time. So what's important also to try to get a morning cushion. We talk about this all the time in our competition accounts, and get ready, guys, because I got some news out there that eventually will be coming out, guys. So like always, one thing I talk about is very important is trying to get a morning cushion. It could definitely give you a good push. Good trade on DJT. I hope somebody was able to make that one. Small size work. Hey, yeah, small size does work. You don't need to be that big. The big thing also there is how much do you want to make things and how fast, right? That's one thing that I noticed. One thing is that I was starting to do like $1,000 a week, but that's not fast enough for this account. So I need to go for more than $1,000 a week. And maybe I need to take it back a little bit and try to find a little bit of that cushion room, right? Last week, I was up 1,700, 1,800, right? Got to find my way. And I think that that's the important thing. And there's no one answer for it. Q's trying to recover here, guys. They're going to definitely put the pressure on me. I'm getting my max risk test here. We'll see if it just starts to come back, but definitely putting the pressure on me. And the best part is that at this moment there, I did have a moment where it started to come back and things looked great there. So we should have already gotten through that breakout. This is why it's also important to set these stops quickly, but knowing them in a manual state is the hardest thing, because I don't like to just set the stops. I really like to act upon them in kind of more of a manual way. Q's still battling there, and that's what I'm watching right now, because it's just going to be all about this trade. And there's actually trades you can take based off of this, right? So right now, the Q's could come right back towards the upside. That's another battle. That's a trade against my trade, but it's definitely still available, where it could just push right back up here towards that 492 and keep going. So we'll see what happens here. And definitely you can see the SPY right up at the top end. If anything, the SPY looks better than the Qs here. AMD starting to reverse back to the upside. Tesla going to the upside there. All right, guys, definitely on the risk here, about to set it there and forget it. Woo! All right, guys, just got wiped out there in the VIX, guys. VIX crushing me there, guys. VIX crushing me there. So just got wiped out on that wipeout move there. Wipeout on the VIX. That is a destruction day there. 2 days in a row getting wiped out on the VIX. Not what I wanted to see. And the Q's going right back to the upside. So, hey, it was a tough one there. It was a tough day today, guys. I'll tell you that. I'm going to keep battling for like another 10 minutes. We'll see what happens, but done with this account for the day. It was not the move for me today on both ends, and that's how it goes sometimes, guys. Still down to only 75 in the limited account. Could still keep battling in that. The only way that I see that one is that one stock that I was kind of watching, ADN, to see if it was going to really kind of pop off. That really hasn't gone anywhere. It gotten some share size, but not enough to really look at it. ALBT didn't go anywhere right now. VMEO not going anywhere right now either. So there's not many names in the penny stocks that held today. The quick moves early on in the day, where I wanted to take the main trade on DJT and I wanted to take the trade on Tesla, that would have been the trade to make. And I tried to make it on the main account, was just slow out the gates, not ready for the open there. It could have been, you know, everything that was going on with me, but I missed that trade right here. That should have been the entry, 247.50 with 200 share size, a stock that rips up there for, let's say, $5. That's $1,000 winner right there. So, hey, it is what it is, guys. Did not follow through and execute today, and that's why I'm in the pain red. It happens. So what? We'll battle back tomorrow. That's what it's all about, guys. Keeping an eye on XOM for the breakout. Yeah, we'll see what else is out there. Normally, I don't trade with stocks over $10 with the limited account. I like it. More relaxing than any crazy penny stock. Yeah, I think that you can definitely trade some of the bigger names and be more relaxed. 1,000%. There's a reason why I use the limited account for these smaller names. They make my hair go crazy on both sides. Some days I'm just killing it. And I made a really good trade earlier today, right? $400 trade on the limited account is no small feat. That's a really nice trade. Just got to keep getting after it, guys, and finding a way to find a nice winning streak, right? Right now, we're kind of in this up and down, and part of it is the market. Part of it is the elections, right, that we're going through. So we'll keep battling. We'll see what happens. And today was one of those days where should have just wrapped up the limited account, focused on the main account, gotten that trade on Tesla. But hey, hindsight's 2020, right? So not going to worry about it. Just going to keep trading, keep looking for opportunities. Today, be careful though, because there's going to be a whipsaw type of day. And later, of course, you got to focus on the most important thing is, what am I going to do tomorrow when I come in? I don't really need to be focused so much about who's winning tonight. Really, that's not my focus. As a trader, I'm just more focused on what am I doing tomorrow? Because tomorrow at 4 a.m., there's going to be an opportunity. It's more of a matter of, do you want to wake up at 4 a.m. and trade? Because the truth is, that's one of the great advantages of Trade the Pool. You can trade at 4 a.m. And I think that there's going to be a lot of movement early in the morning. And then the market day actually could be a little bit muted. So I'll be watching that morning action to try to do some pre-market trading. You guys can keep up with me, of course, at MoneyMitch_TTP on Twitter. I'll be trying to put out some names that I see moving in the morning. So definitely give me a follow. And we're going to keep battling here. Right here, of course, Trade the Pool, guys, where I show you guys everything. And Sundays are tough like this, right? I mean, there's not many people that would show you that they lost that much or that they lost and their entries and showing you everything. this is where I think I do it differently than everyone else out there. They're not willing to show you guys the ins, the outs, and some of the suffering. Today, I tried to add when I saw a really nice move there in the Qs that was on the downside, and it was a nice down move, but it really wasn't a breakdown through the the VWAP. And what I should have waited for to see if it broke the VWAP. It was a hard move here where it started to come down here and looked like it was breaking down at the 490s, but never even made it to VWAP, showing me that the Qs are still in strength. And I need to be taking it a little slower there, waiting for the move instead of jumping on the move. That's what it's all about, guys. This channel is great. Thanks for, let me read this message a little bigger here. Thanks for advices and transparency again, Mitch. Any new trader here is at the right place for sure. And that's what I make it for. And, at the end of the day, this isn't about, Money Mitch making Lamborghinis. Unfortunately, I wouldn't mind it, but that's the truth. It's about you guys learning. So if you guys are learning here and getting a lot out of it, that's what this is all about, guys. So do me the favor, hit the comments, hit the like button, hit that share. Tell us how you feel about this show, and I'm going to keep battling right here, guys. Some days I'll take hits. I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to get one of these limited accounts. So I'm going to keep swinging, keep looking at these penny names in the pre-market because I love the 6 to 6:30 time for these penny stocks. Just giving you guys a nice little added bonus. That window, that time slot seems to be where a lot of them get going. And I love to try to look for good patterns to try to get in early in the day and look for that rip, right? My first day watching, you're enjoying it. Hey, Steve, I hope you are, man. And I hope you're having a good time. It's definitely good to see multiple new names out there. You're a good man, Mitch. Good trading today. Enjoy your call. Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. Some days I'm going to be dead on. Some days I'm going to be wrong. I'm always telling you guys, it's not about following me. It's about learning how I approach things because that's what I'm here for, really. And so that you guys can learn from that approach, that process mentality, and then get after it in your own trading. And I want you guys to succeed. So I'm definitely going to be trying to do my best to have a good look on the market. But like always, there's going to be ups and downs. And there's moments where I've made $2,000 trades to the upside, right? So we just got to keep fighting, finding our way to improve our process and get better. Yes, get better. Because if we're not getting better, then we're wasting our time. And I'm not here to waste anyone's time. So smash that like, hit the comments after the show if you guys want to see something change on the show or want to see something more or less. At the end of the day, I'm here to give you guys what you guys need to keep rolling. So, hey, if you guys have something, questions, maybe topics you guys want to learn more about, I'm always here to help you guys. All right, let's keep going. We'll see what else is out there. And yeah, I don't think there's anyone out there that's really starting to show all this, right? How do you switch between accounts on the platform? Because I can't do that. I have a funded account and an eval. That's interesting. That's interesting. I do it this way. I don't know if you can do it specifically, but I'll show you the way that I do it. And I'll bring you right to my screen here. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the main screen here. Give me a second here. It's my main platform. There it is, screen 2. All right, so here it is. You guys will see it right on the screen here. And here's the platform, guys. And this is the way I have mine set up right now. And you guys can see there. So the way that I set it up is by using this little body or this little guy right here. I don't know if you guys can see that here, but at the top here, if you select that, what it's going to do is essentially show you all the positions if you don't have it clicked. So all my accounts, the swing trade account has this position, right? It's in the green, BABA. So we'll see what happens with that one. But the idea there is if you click it and it's actually shown, what it's going to do is it's only going to give you the positions for that account. So that when I'm on the order form, right? In the order form, you guys can see that even right here in the Super Dom, you see that little person there. That's the account that's linked right there. So that when I change over, and I'll show you guys that I'm pulling it to the screen here. So when I change over an account, and you guys will see me down click there on the account, change over to the limited account, boom, it changes everything over, right? And you guys can see the limited account there. I'm up 338, but man, oh man, it was a bit, I pushed it a little too much today. I'll show you guys this, guys. I'll show you guys my trade area right there on Trade the Pool today. It'll take a little bit of an assessment there. But man, I'll show you guys how close I was and how this was not the way to do it right now. In the last like hour, I'll show you guys it right here. So look at this, guys. So this is the account right now, the way that things are going. So you guys can see that right there. I was up there and I was moving on this limited account. I was moving. I got up there to 829 this morning. So I was within 30% of the account. Now took a hit right back to 339. So that's just one thing to think about, right? But it's 15 trades already done and pushing, right? So I'll keep looking at it. Risk to reward 1 to 3 so far. Success rate 33%, but yet you see me doing really well. The idea there is the reward to risk, right? Earlier today, some nice wins, and I show you guys it all. So definitely smash the like, guys, if you like getting the insight. And check out that limited account, man. You can get there pretty quickly, guys. In 1 week, I almost got it. So I'm going to keep battling to see what I can do, guys. Evalve and Funded have different login accounts, so that would be a little bit harder to do. I'd reach out to Tim on the Discord that is going to know a little bit more about specifically on battling with that might help you through your issue, right? So reach out to Tim on the Discord. If not, reach out to customer service. Let them know your particular conversation and things that you're trying to do, right? How do you bounce back? That can definitely help you guys. Love your work. Hey, I appreciate the love, man. That's what it's all about. Always here to help you guys. And I'll tell you guys how I do it, right? That's the best thing that I can do. I don't know all the answers, but I can tell you guys, I will try to help you guys along the journey. And that's what we're here for. So definitely smash that like, guys. It's about 10:47. I'm going to wait another 3 minutes here. Market's still breaking out here. So the strength is still in the market right now. And you're still finding the tech name's really strong right now. And I think that that's important to see. Now, how it will turn out tomorrow, I mean, I don't think anybody knows. But look at the Qs going higher. And it could be that overall, regardless of what happens, the market is higher. It could be. Honestly, it's going to be very difficult because we're near the top end of the range, but we have pulled back recently. So there's no reason why not to think tomorrow we could be past 500. Who knows, guys? I'll tell you one thing. Elections and the way that trades is very difficult. All right, seeing some other ones move today. Zcar. What is going on here? Oh, a halter, a halt fest, guys. This thing's a halt fest all over, guys. So be careful out there. Zcar, look at Zcar go here. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, I almost got the pullback there. All right, let's take 100 shares. Let's have some fun. All right, guys, so set the risk already here. That's the important thing. So if I do get on the down halt, I don't want to get halted out, but I did the 270.76 here. Let's see if we just get into an up halt now. So now I'm going to move it break even here because if it comes back and gets me, it comes back and gets me, but for $4 loss. Changing it to an $8. Let's see if it goes through that 750 and just rips out. Will we get to a halter? A Zcar just showed up on the scanner. Money Mitch, not scared to take positions. Let's see what happens here, guys. Got in there at $7 right on the dot there. So I like the entry here. Risk is only $8. It's coming back to risk me out here. Let's see if it gets me or not. I'll push it to $14 of risk here. It's $6.86 though. Gets me out. I'm giving it the chance. This is all you can do in trading. And there it comes down. It could good code down halt. Down halt could come in here. And it's only 100 shares. So it just risked $16 there. So hey, if it went breaking through that 750 right back up there towards 850, next thing you know, we got a nice 150 for no reason. Now it's on the downhold though. That's dangerous there. It's on that downhold there. That's why I put the stop right close to it, right? So where if it went 10% down, I'd get out. That was an interesting one there. I just wanted to give it a shot. It was a fun one to give it a shot there, especially with a name like this. I'll tell you one thing. On like a main broker, I probably would never go for Z-Car. But trade the pool with the way that the volume and things kind of work out with that, that's where one I can go after. But this thing would have been a monster, right? I remember I took a trade like this out the gates the other day where I made like, I think it was like $1,700 for no reason. These are wild, man. Wild. Let's just say that much. ALBT trying to go back there. We'll see what happens on that one. AGFY. Can that one get back up to 470? It's been a day, guys. The Q's now starting to chop back to the downside. And I'm not going to say it's going to break down because I've been wrong on two of them. Now it might be the time where it starts to break. I think the one thing that we will have is a little bit of chop, though. At some point, things could pull back. Apple pulling back is telling me a little bit more to be careful. Of course, Warren Buffett, man, selling Apple is a big concern for me now. We'll see if Apple can hang on here, or will it start to get washed out? Will investors overall think, if Warren wants out, do I want out? Well, we're seeing it already. We'll see what happens there in Apple. China plays. We'll be watching that overnight. If Harris wins, I think China can do even better. If Trump wins, I'm going to be a little bit concerned about my Baba swing. I'm taking the swing trade tonight. I'll see what happens. Find out tomorrow. VMEO. Oh, that was the one. Steph tried to give it to me. 1051. She tried. We'll see if Vimeo. I know this one. This is the video player, right? The video technology. It's not a bad name. It's not a bad product. See if it hangs on to this kind of pullback. Could come back to the 640s, but looking for a break above 7. That's what it's looking for. At least the bulls are watching for it. We'll see if it goes back to 7. It's holding the 680s right now. Hasn't been a bad move there, but could go back to that 650 before it does it. See what happens. Back and forth on the Qs, so be careful out there with that one. SMCI, how's that one doing? When's that one have earnings? Is it tonight? Yeah, tonight after the bell, guys. Be careful with this one. This is going to be crazy to see tomorrow, guys, because of course you guys know all the issues that have been with SMCI, so we'll see what happens there. But man, it has a lot of issues. It has earnings after the bell. Man, that's going to be a crazy stock to watch. How's Palantir doing? Holy moly. Guys, it's just continuing to the upside. It's impressive today, guys. Honestly, I find it so hard to trade a stock like this. It's up already and then continuing to make the move, but it was a good move there in Palantir. Good strength there, now to 50.77. What a breakout. You guys remember I was swing trading this thing into 24s. I was looking for a move to 35. I didn't think 50 was available, but boy, oh boy, Palantir has been on that huge breakout. We'll see what happens tonight, though, because if Trump doesn't win, I'd be a little bit scared about Palantir. But hey, I don't have a position, so I don't got to worry too much about it. ZVSA, what did that one end up doing? Nothing, going down, down, down. That repeat seller, man, at 310 on ZVSA really just ruined things, guys. Ruined things on ZVSA. All right, we'll see what else is out there, guys. But I'm going to wrap it up, guys. It's 10:55. I'm seeing the market actually turn now, and that's how it goes sometimes. I don't have the ammo to go for a VIX trade, but it looks interesting. We'll see what happens there. The Q's pulling back. Will they be able to hold the trade? And, of course, tonight, the elections. So be careful out there, guys. Stay safe. I will be back tomorrow and continuing to battle. You guys see it on me. Hey, no one likes to lose, but it's going to happen. Now, let's have a good rest of the end of the week, right? So we've had 2 red days. Normally, I have 2 to 3 red days a week. guess what? I'm ready to come back tomorrow, ready to get after it, forget what happened today, and keep coming with the process. The key being sharp, being rested, being ready to go. Today, some execution that could have improved, ready out the gates with that Tesla trade, DJT trade. Multiple opportunities there that could have gave me good moves and waited, eventually went to it and got big, too fast. One habit that we had made a huge improvement on, at least myself, that now I'm viewing up as it's coming like an old gremlin out of the corner, right? It's just showing its ugly head. And now I need to go ahead and stuff it back down. Smaller size first. Look for the ads when things are working. That's what we'll be working on tomorrow and the rest of the week. Smash the like if you guys enjoy the action. Like always, hit the like button. Check out the limited accounts. If you're not in one already, I think that's really where it's at. You guys see me in less than a week almost get to it. And it's a really good profit target to the risk that you have. What I think is the best thing is not necessarily the eval. Forget the eval. Think about what's going to be about the profit split. 70-30 is a lot better than, of course, 50-50. So we were giving that 50-50. 70-30 is way better. So it's worlds different once you make it to the funded account. Get to that action, guys. Go get that funded account, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.